pesky varmints even bug me, a marmot. Take my advice. Run! Since they can't buy insect repellent, caribou seek out places the mosquitoes don't like. Lingering patches of snow, wide gravel bars, and the chilling wind off the Arctic ice all offer temporary relief from the aches and pains of mosquitoes. Another blue ribbon migrator, Olympic champions of freestyle swimming and the high jump are the Pacific salmon. These amazing fish spend as many as 5 years in the Pacific Ocean before coming back to Alaska to spawn. And when they return, their natural navigation system brings them back to the exact stream where they were born. Not without difficulties. During their travels, salmon face more obstacles than a really bad hurdler.
Why is this stock footage necessary?
You see, a lot of non-salmon types think fresh fish is the cat's meow. So, my fingerlings, here are a few tips on living a longer life.
Fingerings? What?
Avoid being eaten by him and her and this rowdy group and them. And if they're called a salmon shark, they are not your friends. Let me see. Ah, yes, above all, watch where you jump. You see, bears love salmon. And when they can, bears will eat salmon all day long. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner that lasts a month or more. And bears don't worry about their waistlines. The goal is to eat as much as possible, and then take a long winter's nap.
Excuse me, Mr. Bear. Would you consider letting me go? Come on, really. I'll introduce you to my cousin Larry. Please.
That's not really... I don't think that's funny.
Belly up to the bar for a
You know, it would be funny if, like, they were doing a whole comedy routine about how, like, you know, like, the bear is hungry and the fish is like, I don't taste good or something, and you know, something like that. But, you know...
That's right.
But I don't get the humor in this.
Bears and people stand side by side. The bears fish and the visitors watch, unprotected. Biologist Larry Ormiller has been the referee of sorts for over 20 years.
Not only are you standing in the middle of 40, 50, 60 bears at one time, I think the record this year was 66 bears in view at once. But for the most part, those bears are very tolerant. Oftentimes coming up 10 feet away, 15 feet away, bears nursing their cubs close. We see mating behavior in the spring, and we're getting access to lots of little parts of bear life that we could only see if the bears were comfortable with us. And so really one of the benefits here at McNeil River is that because of what we do and how we do it, we've gotten to the point now where the bears accept us sort of as a neutral entity. They don't get anything from us on one hand, and they're not particularly wary of us on the other. And as a result of that, we're able to mesh in what they're doing in their daily activities, and it's pretty neat to see it.
I wonder how someone had to tell them that they were doing this for kids, and they were just like, oh, okay, well, you know, I'll just do it. I mean, it's for kids, you know.
You know, some of us don't need a fishing pole, no. Gonna use my keen eyes and these claws, and I'm gonna eat like a bear because I'm heading down to McNeil, down to McNeil. There's plenty to share, those salmon are everywhere. Yeah, the season is right for my grizzly appetite. It's a real deal down at McNeil. Now I usually like being on my own. Us big guys like to be left alone. But once a year for a grizzly bear, when there's so much salmon we don't care, I'm heading down to McNeil.
Oh my god, why these songs bland and terrible.
Even the
I know there's some people who don't like Randy Newman, but Randy Newman is awesome compared to whoever wrote the songs for these.
Down at McNeil. How many salmon can one grizzly put away? If he's really jamming, more than 20 a day. Oh, I've come so far for that fish tartare. Heading down to McNeil, down to McNeil. There's plenty to share, those salmon are everywhere. Yeah,
Look, you don't have to rhyme every single song you sing. I mean, jeez, like, I don't even know people.
Hey, if you're a salmon, man, you better be scramming, or you're gonna be my meal down at McNeil. Oh, yeah, that's it, down at McNeil. That's me.
Usually, the McNeil Diner is a relatively mellow place. But when the fishing is slow, the competition over the best fishing spots rises and occasionally tempers flair. In this corner, Raleigh's cub, 15 years old and weighing 1,000 pounds. In the far corner, Rusty, making his comeback at 20 years old and weighing 850 pounds. May the best bear win. That's the way it usually goes. The strongest bear keeps his fishing spot. But being the biggest bear doesn't always help. A mother protecting her cubs is not someone even this 1,000-pound teddy bear wants to mess with. Alaska is home to more brown bears than any other place in North America. Oh, by the way, do you know the difference between a brown and a grizzly bear? Well, the big coastal bears who eat salmon sushi all summer are generally referred to as brown bears. The bears that live away from the coast, feeding mostly on roots and berries, are usually called grizzlies. But they're really the same type of bear, just different homes and different diets. This young brown bear has found something else to munch on. But uh-oh, remember, garbage and bears aren't the best combination. But sometimes finding a human plaything is kind of fun, especially if you're a 3-year-old grizz and you've never played with an inner tube. While we're talking about bears, We can't forget that Alaskan bears come in 3 colors: brown, black, and white. Polar bears. Think of them as a 1,000-pound meat-eating marshmallow with claws and sharp teeth. Yes, indeed, you don't want to be around when a polar bear comes calling. Polar bears spend much of their life on the Arctic ice, hunting seals and other marine mammals. But after the Eskimo whale hunts in Alaska, sometimes polar bears arrive for the leftovers. It's hard to believe that these cute and cuddly polar bear cubs will grow up to be ferocious predators. These 2 are orphans. After their mother died, they were rescued and brought to the Alaska Zoo. In cases like this, brother and sister cannot be returned to the wild. Without a mom to teach them to hunt and how to live in the Arctic, they simply would not survive. So zookeepers will take good care of them until they are adopted by another zoo.